What's up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel, and today we're going to be discussing how to make money. And so let me ask you all a question. If you had $1,000 extra per month or had the ability to make an extra $1,000 per month, what would that mean for you? Would that be the difference between being able to put food on the table and having to skip a few meals? Would it be the difference between being late on your rent and being able to pay rent on time? Would it be the difference between survival and ending up on the streets? Whatever the case is, $1,000 a month is a lot of money, and for a lot of people, that is a life-changing thing. And over the last few weeks, as I've made videos regarding the EIDL grant and the EIDL loan program and the PPP, I've come to realize just how meaningful an extra $1,000 per month can be for so many people. So today, I'm going to be walking you guys through the steps of how you can do this and how you can make this extra money through freelancing. You see, back in 2018, I lost my business, and as a result, I lost my income overnight, and I had to figure out what I was going to do and how I was going to make a living. And I really leaned on freelancing, specifically freelancing through a service called Upwork, where you can go in, you can sign up for jobs, you can get paid for those jobs, and it can all be done from the comfort of your own home and at your own schedule. You see, Upwork is an amazing tool, and it's something that I heavily relied on in order to stay afloat whenever I was financially struggling. And I know that it can be an amazing tool for a lot of you guys who may be going through rough times right now. It's not a scam, it's not an MLM, it's not some sketchy website. It's a legitimate service that can help you make money in your free time from the comfort of your own home. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the process of how to set up an Upwork account, how to set up your profile, and how to start applying for jobs through Upwork so that you can start getting paid immediately. So let's get started. So before we begin, let me give you guys a brief background on what exactly freelancing is and what Upwork is and how these two things work in conjunction with one another to give you a chance to make $1,000 per month. So freelancing is basically just gig work. It's basically being an independent contractor. And what happens is if a company needs somebody to do a task or to complete a service for them, but they don't want to hire an employee to do that, then they will hire a freelancer to do that. So there's a lot of examples of where a freelancer could come in handy. It could be doing data entry, it could be videography, photography, editing, it could be social media marketing. I mean, the list literally goes on and on, but it's essentially just being an independent contractor is essentially what a freelancer is. Now, what Upwork is a service that connects companies that need a freelancer with the freelancer that can complete that service or that task. And what happens is on Upwork, you go in, you create your profile, and you start applying for jobs. And you will either be accepted or denied the jobs that you apply for. And these jobs can be super wide ranging. It can be something as specialized as, creating a $10,000 website, or it can be something as simple as doing $8 an hour data entry. The variables of potential freelancing jobs through Upwork are very literally all over the board. Now, the great thing about Upwork is that you can find literally anything for anybody. So if you are somebody who has a lot of experience in a specific field, whether that field is law, whether it's accounting, whether it's videography, editing, you can find jobs through Upwork. In fact, I have in the past hired an attorney through Upwork. I have my accountant that does all my personal and my business taxes I found through Upwork. I have found website developers through Upwork. You can find literally anything on Upwork. But if you're somebody who does not have as much of a specialized skill and something like data entry would be a good fit for you, then you can find jobs in that area as well. The other thing that's great about Upwork is that it's very much dependent on what works best for you. So you're not going to be confined to a 9-to-5 job setting like a traditional workplace. You can find jobs that work for you and that work with your schedule. And there are some jobs that hire long-term freelancers where you work for them for 6 months to a year, sometimes even longer. There's project-based freelancing gigs where you have one project that you need to complete, and once you do that, the contract is over. You have ongoing ones where the company may reach out to you every couple months or every couple weeks on an ongoing basis in order to complete specific tasks. So there really is a huge variety, and there is very literally something for everyone depending on what your goals and your needs are through the Upwork service. So let's jump into my computer and I will show you guys how to set up an Upwork profile and how you can apply for your very first job. So here we are on Upwork.com. So what you're going to do is you're going to click this green button that says sign up here. And from here, you're going to want to provide your email address. Now, this is going to have to be an email address that you do use and you do have access to. When you type in your email address, you may get a notification that says, we noticed you're using a Gmail address. Would you like to use your work email instead? Just say continue with email. If you don't have a specific customized domain email address, just click continue. Then next, it's going to ask you to complete your free account setup, and it's going to ask you for your first name, your last name. It's going to have you create a password. It's going to have you put what country you're in, and it's going to ask, what are you wanting to do? Are you going to want to hire for a project, or you're going to want to work as a freelancer? And you're going to want to select work as a freelancer. And then you're also going to want to create a username. Now, this is going to be the username that everybody can see, so don't choose something weird. And so choose something simple, something professional. And then once you do that, you're going to want to opt into the yes, I understand and agree to the terms and conditions. Whether or not you want them to send you useful emails, that's up to you. I never personally read the emails. It then says how to fill out the profile properly. Here's how it works. Fill out your profile thoroughly, submit your profile. You receive an email within 24 hours to let you know if you were accepted. And then it says, we are currently experiencing a high number of applications. Create a standout profile to increase your chances of getting approved. Now, I have never experienced somebody getting denied. I think that the approval process is to more so weed out people who are like scam artists rather than weeding out legitimate independent contractors looking for gig work. And so I wouldn't be too concerned about that approval process. And then you're going to click Start My Profile. So what you're going to do is, the first is expertise, and you need to figure out what kind of your first skill you want your Upwork skill set to be, and it can be literally anything. If you have a background in social media marketing, then do that. If you know how to post on Instagram, then do that. If you have any experience in any sort of online trade, use that as your category. For me, whenever I started Upwork, I didn't have really any real experience with social media marketing, but I used a lot of free tools online in order to learn those skills, and as a result, I was able to create a profile around social media marketing and get a lot of jobs through that. In fact, I will, in the description below, link a number of free resources where you can learn social media marketing on your own, and that way you can use those skills that you learn through those free courses, and you can use that as a way to make money through Upwork. That's exactly what I did, and it is a proven method of success because I was able to make, $1,500 to $2,000 per month doing that exact same thing. And so check out the link in the description below to find those free resources to learn how to do social media marketing. So we will create our profile around social media marketing, but again, you'll want to do whichever one makes sense for you and whichever one you are wanting to find jobs through. So it has a lot like admin support. Like if you are a virtual assistant, a VA, you can find those types of jobs through Upwork. In fact, I know a lot of people that have. You can do writing, web design, sales and marketing, legal, IT, engineering, design and creative. So if you like to draw, you can do like graphic design, data science and analytics, customer service. So if you're somebody that has time on your hands and you are fine with doing customer support related jobs, you can definitely do that through Upwork as well. We will do sales and marketing. And then you're going to have to click 4 subcategories on whichever category you choose. And so these are going to differ depending on which category you're choosing. But I will do like SEO, I'll do display advertising, lead generation, and email marketing. Next is, what skills do you offer your clients? And once you start to type, it will begin to fill in for you. But you can put like, again, for social media marketing, you could do Facebook ad manager. I'll do YouTube marketing, Instagram marketing, Google ad manager. And it says enter up to 6 more skills. I encourage you guys to max out those. So whichever, and if any of these are like you can enter up to X amount, like just enter the full amount. And again, this will vary depending on what you are creating your profile around. If you are, for example, doing graphic design, you could do like, you have skills in Photoshop, you have skills in X, Y, and Z. I don't know a whole lot about graphic design, but you would just do whatever skills are within that industry that you're talking about. And so it will vary from what I put here. Then you're going to simply click next. Next is you'll want to put your expertise level. Now this is something that can be changed later on down the road because you will perfect your craft as time goes on. And so you may start out as an entry-level freelancer, but then as time goes on, you may become an expert. And so this isn't something that's like set in stone. You can change it. So I will put intermediate for this example. Next is your education level. So it's going to say add the schools you attended, areas of study, and degrees you earned. So if you did not go to college, like myself, I didn't go to college, I would just put like my community college, which I went to for a year, or you can even put your high school. You do have to put education here because for some reason it doesn't let you submit the profile unless you do. And so I will put my community college. and then I'm going to click save. So if you didn't go to college or you didn't graduate, I would probably encourage you to just keep the information fairly vague, but you can really put whatever there. And then you're just going to simply click next. Next is you'll want to put your employment history. And so this is tricky because you don't want to put just any employment history that you have. You want to put employment history that aligns with the application and the profile that you're creating. Because if you are, for example, applying for jobs around social media marketing, you don't need to let Upwork know that you delivered pizzas your senior year of high school. So you want to choose things that align with your profile. And if you don't have any experience in the field that you're wanting to create your Upwork profile in, I would maybe twist the truth a bit. For example, whenever I started doing Upwork, I didn't have any social media marketing experience, at least not in any sort of professional setting. But whenever it came to employment, I listed my own company, which I did do social media marketing for, and I labeled that as my experience level. But you can really kind of do this with anything, is if you have a social media platform yourself or you've helped your friends build social media platforms, and you can use that as your past employment. If you are somebody that is wanting to do virtual assistant job, then you can use some of your past jobs where you may have done like VA related tasks. Or if you're wanting to do graphic design, then you can list some of the projects that you've worked on in the past. And so that's what I did, is I used my own company, which I did social media marketing for. I cited websites that I had built for the past, for myself, or for random people that I was helping out. So it doesn't have to be like legitimate employment where you were working as a W-2 employee. It can just be projects that you've worked on in the past that will help highlight your experience level. So for me, I will just put, I'll just use a fake company. Remember that this isn't like a job application that you do for a traditional job. They're not going to be calling these people for references. And so what you put here isn't super important. Next is hourly rate. So the important thing to understand with hourly rate is that whenever you get a new client, Upwork takes 20% of the hourly rate. But then once you make $500 with that client, they only take 10. So Upwork really rewards you for working with the same client for a long period of time. The other thing that's important about your hourly rate is that it can be changed, and I would encourage you to start out small. So whenever you're first starting out on Upwork, you have no history on the platform, you have no real resume, your profile is pretty bare, so you're going to have to kind of compensate with that by having a cheaper rate than the competition. For me specifically, I started out on Upwork making $8 an hour, and I really only had that rate for maybe a month, maybe less, like 2 to 3 weeks. And then by the end of my career on Upwork, I was making $20 to $30 an hour, sometimes $40 an hour. And so your rate can expand quite quickly, especially if you do a good job with your first few jobs and you get a 5-star rating. So the more 5-star ratings you get, the better chance you have of being able to increase that rate to that kind of $20 to $30 an hour rate. So I'm just going to do $10 an hour here because then once Upwork takes their cut, it's $8 an hour, so it's minimum wage. And then you're going to click next. Next is your title and overview. So this is basically just an introduction to you and who you are and what you are doing. Now, I don't put a whole lot of importance on this because whenever you submit an application for a job, you will have to give like a cover letter, and that's going to be your introduction to that specific client. And so a lot of times the client won't even really put a whole lot of thought into your profile if you have a good proposal that you submit. With the title and overview specifically, it is good to have, and it's good to give kind of a glimpse into what you do and what your expertise is. But as you get ratings on your profile, the title and overview will become less important because the person who's looking to hire you will probably put more of an emphasis on your past work history rather than your title and overview. So I will just put social media marketing expert. And then I typed this up earlier, which I will include here. So my name is Aubrey Janik. I'm a digital marketer based in Dallas, Texas. Over the course of my 6-year-long career, I have worked with brands, small and large, to help them grow their online presence, increase sales, and increase their social media activity and online community. I'm an expert in Facebook and Instagram advertising, Google Ads, and YouTube optimization. Once you type that in, and I will include like this exact version of this in the description below so that you can simply copy and paste it and fill in your own information. So that will be available for you in the description below. You're then going to click next. Next, you're going to add a profile picture. I encourage you to choose a picture that shows who you are specifically, shows your face. I don't think it has to be like a LinkedIn style photo where it has to be super professional, but it does need to be something that shows you and is a clear picture of you, preferably by yourself and not with like a group of friends. And then you're gonna click next. Next is you're gonna have to verify your identity. So it's gonna ask you for your address, your personal address, your city that you live in, the state, and your zip code. And so I will enter that here. Next is your phone number. That's the step 10 of 10. So you'll want to put in your number here as well. And then it's going to ask you for a verification code. You're going to have to answer that code or type in that code, and then you're going to click next. And then it's going to say that your number has been verified, and then you will preview your profile. So then as you preview your profile, you can see that this is what it looks like. It shows that your hourly rate is $10 an hour. It shows you what your title and overview is, and you can edit all of this information by clicking the pen and each of the squares, and so you can edit your skills. Again, once I started social media marketing, I was taking really literally any job that would work. I did data entry, I did very odd jobs that were one-off jobs, like reviewing products, and as I kind of refined what I wanted to do on Upwork, I adjusted my profile accordingly. So now let's go through and let's try to find a job to apply for. Now, once you start looking for jobs, you will find literally something for everyone. Like I said earlier, whenever I started Upwork, I did data entry. And so I would search data entry in the search bar, and then you can see here that even today, it's something that automatically comes up. So data entry, hourly rate $15 to $18, entry level, estimated time 1 to 3 months, less than 10 hours a week. Transcribe, recorded video talk, 15 to 20 hours, entry level, less than 1 month. Again, these are kind of ranking from 15 to 20. If you're just starting out and you have no history on your profile, I would probably recommend to go under that $15 mark so that they have an incentive to hire you and give you that first review. But yeah, so you can find really literally anything, regardless of your skill level. If you have no skills and if you have no background in freelancing, I would encourage you to start with data entry because it's just so easy. It's an easy way to make a quick buck, and it's an easy way to get a good review on your profile. So for this example, we'll do social media marketing because that's what we created my profile around. So I will search social media marketing. And you can even see here, once you go into social media marketing, the hourly rate goes up quite a bit. Like this one's hourly $25 to $56 an hour, and that's entry level. You have A to Z marketing needed for videos to SEO campaign, $18 to $40, Instagram manager to engage followers. Doing Instagram stuff is so easy because it's just a matter of researching hashtags, it's a matter of scheduling posts, engaging with your audience, and so we will select this one. Once you select a job that you want to apply for, you will want to submit in a proposal, and you can see here that this person's background on Upwork, they have 183 jobs have been posted. They've spent a total of $90,000. Their average rate was $10.37 per hour. And so you can get a lot of information on who you're applying for because you want to work for people that have good reviews as well, because the people that have bad reviews are bad to work for. And so for this example, the payment method is verified. That means that this person has paid in the past, their card is legit, and they're not here to scam somebody. And they have a 4.95 out of 5-star rating, which is really, really good. So you'll go through and you'll submit your proposals. So the first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to provide your daily rate. So we will do $10 an hour. And remember, the Upwork fee is $2, so you'll be making $8 an hour. Then you'll have to do your cover letter. Now, I typed up this cover letter earlier. Now, the cover letter is something that I think needs to be professional, but you don't need to put too much thought into it. I am not a great writer. I am definitely not somebody that's really great at writing about my skills, and I've always been able to do well with this cover letter because it's just a matter of stating the facts. It doesn't have to have a whole lot of fluff. It doesn't have to be like a professionally written letter. Mine just says, hello, my name is Aubrey Janik. I'm a digital marketer based in Dallas, Texas. Over the course of my 6-year-long career, I've worked with brands small and large to help them grow their online presence, increase sales, and increase their social media activity online. I can assist you with your Facebook and Instagram ads, blah, 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 blah. I will also include this written down in template format for you guys in the description below, so all you have to do is copy and paste it. So this will be in the description as well. Now, sometimes Upwork profiles will ask you these additional questions. Sometimes it will just be the cover letter and that's it. So this is really dependent on a job-by-job basis. Then it says, how often do you use Instagram? What is your @ every day? Next, it's going to say, do you shop at farmers markets or grow vegetables? Now, again, this is a question specific for this job, and there most likely will not be a question like this. But there is a good chance that in your proposal and while filling out your proposal, there will be questions like this where the person who's trying to find a freelancer is trying to weed out the bad people from the good people. And with this question, do you shop at farmers markets or grow vegetables? obviously they are looking for a yes. They want people who do this. And so I would say yes, then add some little bit of flair to the answer. Something like short and sweet will be perfect. And I would encourage you that if there's a question like this where the person's obviously searching for a specific answer, feed into the answer. I don't go to farmers markets and I don't grow vegetables, but at the end of the day, that doesn't affect my ability to do this job. And so I'm going to put yes. And then you can add any attachments. And so if you have an attachment that helps support the reason why you should be hired for this job, you would want to include that. And then you'll simply click Submit Proposal. Once you submit the proposal, it will then be given to the person who put this job listing, and then you should hear something shortly. So that is it. That is the entire process of setting up an Upwork profile from start to finish and applying for your first job. This entire process that I took you through is the exact same process that you'll take whenever you are submitting your own proposals and setting up your own profile. Just the fine details will be different. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I highly encourage that if you don't have any specific sets of skills, to do data entry and to start out doing data entry, because you do not need any sets of skills to do data entry. And then once you start having a profile and once you start getting those reviews in, you can start kind of going into more experienced levels of freelancing outlets like social media marketing or Google AdWords. Like I said again in the beginning of the video, I will include down in the description the links to a lot of free resources where you can learn about social media marketing. In fact, Facebook has their own course on how to do this exact thing, how to set up Facebook ads, manage Facebook ads, and perfect Facebook ads, and the course is 100% free. So all of the resources that I'll be pointing to you in the description are 100% free. They're not anything that I'm affiliated with, but they are things that I have personally used to perfect my social media marketing skills and to get jobs through Upwork. Like I said, Upwork isn't the kind of end-all be-all solution for people looking to get a quick buck, but it is a great way to make consistent money month by month. Whenever I was at my all-time peak, I was making anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 per month from Upwork alone. That didn't include the other projects that I was working on independently. So it really is a great way to make extra income on the side on your own schedule and from the comfort of your house. It's legit, it's not scammy, it's a real way to gain experience and to get money through something that you can do at home. So you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that it walked you guys through the step on how you yourself can start making money in your free time from home using Upwork. For me personally, Upwork has been an amazing tool and I know it can be a great tool for you guys who are wanting to find ways to make some extra money during these hard times. Like always, I would love to hear your thoughts in your comments. Have you guys ever used Upwork? If not, what other services have you used? What have you guys done to make extra money? If you have used Upwork, what are your experience with it? For me personally, Upwork was a lifesaver whenever I was going through a rough time, and I absolutely know that it can be a lifesaver for you if you use it correctly. But make sure to leave a comment down below and I will respond to every single comment. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video.